Here we are at day 18, continuing right along in our program to return to exercise with Jules. I hope you're enjoying yourself so far. If you haven't already gone back and repeated things, know that that is an option. I mean, I think you already probably know that, but yeah, you have access to these. So, repeat the ones you like, or go back and do some if you had a longer gap than you wanted to in between the videos, or whatever happens to be. Because yeah, we're getting down to those last few, and they are going to be quicker. They're going to be longer. They're going to be fun. Maybe not funner, but you know. But yeah, day 18, starting with our pelvic floor breathing. We're going to turn that into a long squeeze hold in the standing position. So day 17, we did quick holds in standing. Now we're doing our long holds in standing. I will give you a little visual of my diaphragm and my pelvic floor to help out if it's helpful. To visualize the inhale, and diaphragm drops as air comes into our abdominal cavity all the way down to our pelvis, letting that pelvic floor relax. And as we exhale, we lightly draw that pelvic floor up. Air pushes out of our lungs. Our ribcage comes back together. Air, is out. All right, inhale, drop, exhale, light squeeze. 4 more. I'm going to keep my hands here as we do our long squeeze. So inhale, relax. Exhale, squeeze. Hold that squeeze. Hold it, keep breathing. Hold the squeeze, breathe, and relax. I don't know how long that was, but plenty long. Additional challenge if you're trying to talk and hold and breathe at the same time. Let's do that again. Inhale, relax. Exhale, squeeze. Keep the squeeze. Keep breathing, keep the squeeze. Keep the squeeze. And relax. Fully relax. Make sure you can cue that relax as easy as you can cue that squeeze, or vice versa. Yay. Those long holds, man. Those muscles are working in the background for us all the time. And if doing too many of those, is too much, then you can stop. You don't have to keep going with me on those, but as always, it's a tool to come back to. On all fours, untuck your toes, and do big hip circles. 5. I'll do 6, both directions. Get in the shoulders and a little bit of spine in there if you want to. This can be a multi-joint feel-good motion. Just always, I think, so many noises, so many side effects. I hope you're okay with that, because it's happening. It's happened. All right, coming up to a stand, we're gonna do some Cossack squats. So wide, like pretty dang wide. This feels uncomfortable here. You can do just some side lunges instead. But we're basically gonna do a side lunge, but we're not moving our feet. So our toes are slightly out. We're gonna send our hips back like a side lunge. Same idea. We're just gonna come right back up. So we're not pushing our feet back together. We're dropping to the side and coming up. I would like you to try to keep both feet flat on the ground the whole time. And just pushing the knee out over the toe, so don't come in here. Push it out. Keep the chest up. Weight stays in the midfoot so that hips are going not forward, back. Alternating. And I want you to come all the way up to a stand in between. Don't stay down here. All the way up. Whoa. That was probably plenty of those. And to the end of our mats, or wherever we happen to be, just make sure there's some space in front of you. We're gonna do an inchworm out and then do some shoulder taps. So we're gonna bend our knees just enough that we can touch the ground, and we're gonna walk our hands out to a plank. Push up position here. Drop to your knees if you need to. Otherwise, see how that core feels being in a plank on our hands. I'm tapping my shoulders if I'm on my knees. It's here. Doing about 10 taps and then pushing my hips back to a down dog and walking my hands back to my feet. Stand. Back down. Walk it out. We're going to do 5 of these with 10 taps. Back to my down dog. Walk my hands to my feet. Just up on my knees. Look like this. That is a lot. Oh well, I said it. I'm doing it. Also, if you need to go wider here to keep those hips nice and stable, you can go wider. I wasn't counting that one. Microphone's a little taller, I feel like. How'd that happen? Last one. On my knees. And back to down dog. Oh. Woo. That could be my workout right there today. I want you to grab a light weight. Hopefully you have one handy nearby. Not too heavy, but if it is, you'll only have a heavier one, then we can do no weight for the second part of this, because this is a two-parter. Lat pullover in bridge. We have done this before in a workout. Now we're doing it as a warm-up. Yep, that's right. Our workout became our warm-up. All right, so squeezing our glutes up, holding that bridge, kind of squeezing the knees towards each other, a little bit in the elbow, bring that weight back behind you, squeeze it to center. If you want to do this on the breath, exhaling as we go down, and, inhaling as we go down, and exhaling as we squeeze up. About 8 of these. Maybe it's high. It's not on my sports bra. There we go. Now it won't move. Hopefully our sound is really high quality, as it always is. Okay. Going onto our sides from there. So going right over to our sides. We're just going to lay with our hips stacked. Whatever's comfortable. You can bend your knees or not. And we're going to do a rear delt raise or a pal raise. So palm down, straight up overhead. We do have to engage our core here to make sure we're not rocking. I don't want you to be rocking. Try to keep those hips still. Again, if you don't have this, if your weight that you're lat pulling in is too heavy for this, just go ahead and put down. Palm down, thumb out. For about 10. And we're going to do the other side on the next round. So we're okay for right now. Stand up. Jumping jacks. If you're not jumping, you are stepping. If you're jumping, it looks like this. Whew. We're going to do 20. Whew. Now maybe want to burp. I may have eaten my lunch too close to working out. That's okay. Back to our Cossack squats. So nice and wide, toes slightly out. Then into one side, straight back up. Check in my knee, make sure it's tracking. Weight stays nice and centered. And one more. I don't know what side I started in though. That seems okay. Taking inchworms. So we're really gonna do 5? I don't know. If you want to just do 3, do 3. But not 4. Just kidding. I think that was plenty. And push it back. I'm going a little bit wider this time. Need a little bit extra support on my hips today. To my knees. going to do some push-ups today. And if you don't think you know how or can't do a push-up, don't worry. There's plenty of options for you. We will go over them all. Do I have 2 more? Gosh dang it, I think so. And hips back. Bend them as much as I need to. But keeping them straight as I can gives me that little extra stretch in my hamstrings. Nice neutral neck. Oh, good. Those are done. That was hard for me today. All right. Lat pulls. I'm going to do it this way so I can, when I do my other side of my rear delt, I can face you. All right. Up with the bridge. Squeeze those knees slightly together. Tap the ground lightly or hover it. Squeeze the center. Inhale. Squeeze. I think I just did 10. 10 is good. 8 to 12. That's the same range. And rear delt pulls. Palms down. Try not to swing too much. Trying to stay nice and controlled on these. Squeezing that shoulder blade down as I pull up. Yes. And up for jumping jacks. Again, step them if you need, or trying to keep those shoulders loose. I don't care if my arms are bending, that's fine. No neck tension, and good to go. Remember, if you jumped in the last video and you're like, cool, I can jump now, then today it feels off. It's not like you're digressing, it just means today's different. So jump today, don't jump tomorrow, whatever you need. Okay, catching my breath from the warm-up, that's a good sign. We are going to do 15 minutes, continuous rounds, 4 exercises. What you need is something to sit on. We're doing like a box squat, but we're doing a single leg, so seated should be similar height to what you've done in the past, something to elevate your hands. I'm using this, of course, again. You can elevate to a wall or to the back of the couch, something higher. That is for push-ups. To find something nice and sturdy, your hands elevate if you want that option. And then you need weights. Yep. Medium weight, most likely, but have a variety so you can have a variety. Okay, we'll go here in a second. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Starting with a single leg sit twist on. So we're actually going to start seated. 90-90 is great. Higher is fine. You can do a stagger, so heel or raised. Most of the weight on this leg. Arms forward. Try to stand straight up if you can. Reset your legs. Sit back down. Trying to stand straight up. So again, I'm not here. Avoid pulling that knee in. Try to leave it out as you stand straight up. Here's the stagger. All right, 5 or 6 on each side. Working on some single leg work. This is going to help us be more dynamic if we're taking this strength into the field. This is what we're going to use for hiking, climbing, running, jumping, which applies to so many things. Then we're going to turn around and do our push-ups. So elevated. Push-ups are not up here by our face, scrunching up our neck. They are just like the opposite of a floor press. So on the ground, floor press is from here. Push-ups are the same. We're just pushing with our hands. So our hands should be down here, elbows at like a 45. Press with our mid-backs, not scrunched up. So making sure my weight is forward and I'm coming down so that my target, which is where my hands are, is at that chest level. You don't have to touch it. Go as far as you're comfortable. Push back up. I want you to do as many as you can. If you can't do more than 2, modify to make it a little bit easier for yourself. And my modification from here would be to just go higher, back of the couch, on the wall. Can't really see me, but here I am. The higher you go, the harder it is to get that lower target, but do your best. Do your best to tuck down and press. You're welcome to take them to the floor. I would not do them on my knees unless that was your only option. You don't have anything to elevate. I'd rather you elevate higher and do them on your toes than to go down to the ground on your knees. That was a lot of talk for that. Let's move on. Skater jumps. This is your more dynamic jumping option. You don't have to do it as a jump. I'll show you both. But the jump, taking off on one foot, landing, tapping your toe behind. Land, tap. Land, tap. Skater jump, side to side. If you're not jumping, side shuffle. Like so. Jumping version. Anywhere from 10 to 20, depending on how it feels for you. Yes. And we're going to do a seated weight raise. I'm actually going to push this back slightly so you can see me better. I like to sit on the edge of something. It just gives me a little bit more space. But if you're on the end of something, that's fine too. But you're going to have your legs out nice and wide because you need space in between your body here. Take a weight. Straight arms. Roll the shoulders back and down. Don't arch. Keep that ribcage down. Straight overhead. Straight back down. I went kind of fast on that. I want you to go fairly slow. So it's a nice control of the shoulders and control of the core. It shouldn't be so heavy. You feel the need to have to yank it and get that big momentum swing going. Good control. Straight arms. So again, pick a weight. That's maybe even on the lighter side here, but you can try heavier, do less reps if you feel like you can control it. This is a lot of core and some shoulders. So range on this anywhere from 6 to 12. Again, depends on your weight. Awesome. A lot to think about on that one. So please be mindful not to overarch. Keep that ribcage down or over shrug. Keep those shoulders down. Shoulders and ribs down. All right, back to the beginning. We are sitting again. All right. Here we are, keeping that 90 straight up, down. Six. I'm doing all of them as a single leg, not a stagger this time. Stagger if you need to. I'll show it the next round. 4. Woo. And 6 each leg. That was plenty. Push-ups. Showing you again with my elevation. Shifting my weight forward. Might feel awkward. Trying to add my target B, my sternum. Elbows stay fairly tucked in. Tension out of my neck. If I'm going only this far, that is fine. If I can't waist higher up in my elevation, do what you can. Do as many as you feel comfortable. More than 2, less than 12. If you can only do a couple, make it easier. If you can do more than 12, make it harder. I don't know why I'm forgetting. Oh, skater jumps. It's like my second round. Is that why? Side to side. Tap the toe behind. Taking off and landing on that single foot. Oh, I really hope I'm not jiggling your camera too terribly bad on that. It's a really high quality setup. This is my modification. Less jumping means less banging around to the camera. Maybe I need to learn how to be a little lighter on my feet. All right, reach down between my legs. Roll the shoulders back, rib cage down. Keep that good neutral stacking. Keep those shoulders down. Head and neck stays neutral. Slow, controlled raise and lower. Make sure you have a good grip on your weight too. I would hate if it slipped out on top of your head. Please don't let that happen. Whew. All right. So loud. Seated. Choosing this guy a lot today. I'm gonna do the stagger this time. Heel out. Still trying to keep most of the weight on the 90-90 leg. This one's there for support. Just really sticking with a 6 per leg. Ugh. But you can vary that, of course. I think my knee was collapsing on that one. Make sure that knee stays tracked over that toe. Tight ankles for me from past injuries means I have to really stay mindful of that. I don't want my tight ankle to mean I get a cranky knee. Whew. I've done more that time. All right, here's my push-up on the ground. Again, I don't want to be on my knees. I want to stay on my toes. Go wider if I need to. If this is not working, I need to modify. Only go here if you're feeling comfortable and confident in your core and you want to try a few. Let's say I only got 3 or 4. Great, moving on. That's all I need. Skater jumps. I'm going to try to be nice and graceful. Is it? I don't know. We'll see later. Only do 10 of them. And I'll choose some shuffles too. Tucker grunting might as well be me. All right. Here I'll show you. It's the same thing, but I'm not on the corner if you don't have a corner. Hopefully my neutral stacking is showing. Keeping the ribcage down. Last one. Okay. Stay in here. Look at that. I remembered that time not to stand up. Less than 5 minutes. Wow. That actually went fast for me today. Well, it's not done yet, so don't speak too soon, Jules. I think that was 5. Yes, my awkward ankle side. This is also why doing single leg stuff is great, because you tend to have one side different than the other, and it can compensate for weaknesses, whereas single side forces you to really get real with where the strength is or is not. All right, back to my elevation. So depth could be here, or maybe it's here. Try your best, see where you can go. Keep that weight forward. Pressing out and away with my mid-back as well as my chest. Do a few more. Speak and be slow or fast. I didn't mention this, but it should be obvious. Please don't go here. A little bit of up is okay, better than a little bit of down with those hips. Nice and graceful. I don't know why, but I feel like I need to whisper. to land softly. And 20. I think. Okay. This is getting heavier for sure. Okay. Lovely, beautiful. You know what? Sitting in the same spot is convenient, but then that means you don't get as much of a break. So, forcing the break to pause. Have my water. 2 minutes and change. We can do it. You're also actually welcome to leave your leg out as you come back down. You can use the deficit on this to go nice and slow down just as well if you'd like. Oh, I was too close on that. There we go. Am I gonna miss? Nope, didn't miss. Good. Sitting a little heavy. Yeah, trying not to plop. Definitely harder on this side. Already mentioned that before, but yes, it is. All right, here's my higher elevation couple push-ups towards the wall. Is this where you're at? This is where you're at. Jumps or slides. I'll do both. I like both. I'll do a few slides. 1, 2, 3. Pushing those knees out still. Don't let them collapse in. As we get tired, our body compensates. Sometimes not in a good way. You know what? I'm going to go lighter. Yes, I am. Water bottle now. Downgrading. Yes. Are you yawning? Get that oxygen in. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Keeping my shoulders down and loose. Keeping my rib cage down. Neutral stocking. Oh, that was it, huh? I wasn't paying attention. Yay. Good work. Yeah, I suppose after day 17, that 15 minutes seemed hard. So in my head, I was like, all right, this is going to be really hard. And then it was, but it was, that mindset piece, right? I was like ready for it. So it went faster. So much mindset in like everything we do, right? Water, and then we'll stretch. Coming on the ground, on our backs, down regulating our system, letting it know you can chill out now. You did a good job, buddy. Knees up, hands through for happy baby. Like saying before, if you need to grab your ankles, if you need to just do one side, whatever you need here, but if you can, reach through, grab the outsides of your feet, do the full expression here, please do. Here would be a single leg, which means I need to even out. That was a lot. Should have just stayed here. There we go. Little rock side to side if it feels okay. Yeah, if this bugs your back at all, if you can't quite keep it flat, then bring it down, holding your ankles, pushing out on the knees. That'll help keep your back a little bit flatter. Again, if that's something that's bothering you. And then release, feet to floor. Roll yourself over onto your side. We're going to do an open book. So stacking ankles, knees, hips, hands, shoulders. Twist open. Oh, pause at the top and bring it back over. If you want to do it on my breath, please feel free. This is going to be your last one. Let's hold it. And relax there. I know it's awkward. As I've mentioned maybe before about that hip slip, if you slip it back and you want to do it on purpose, let that arm fall all the way back. You can even bring your knees up and hold your knees down. Feel that stretch all the way up a little bit deeper. Or stay. Let's go to the other side. You can just roll over on your back, of course. My way was a little bit more complicated. I'm doing the first couple, keeping my hips stacked and my knees stacked. Ugh, there we go. Pony was in the way. Ugh, readjusting. Sticky shoulders. Oh. Last one. Hold or let the hip slip. Hold here or here. Might have been the longest bout of silence that I've done here on these videos. All right, squeeze the center, bring those knees up, straighten those legs, point your toes, arms up overhead. Big inhale, full body stretch, point, roll those wrists around, roll your ankles around. Let's banana. So my feet are going right, my hands are going right, feeling that stretch down the left side of my body. And other way. Banana to the left. Do, do, do. I think that's a kid's song. All right, back to center. And here I lay. See you next time.